You can bet your money on that. And so she came along. She was easy. She was the one.
Getting started, the first few
Get ready for some crazy entertainment. It seems like more details about Marjorie Harvey's alleged affair with her bodyguard are emerging. It's now speculated that her lover is blackmailing her, threatening to leak compromising photos of their love act to the media, and even send a special selection for Steve personally. The drama is far from over, so grab some popcorn and buckle up, guys. Despite Steve and Marjorie Harvey addressing the rumors of adultery and divorce and declaring that everything is well between them. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Celebrity Live Channel. This scandal is everything people keep talking about in the past few days now. Knowing that the relationship guru may have huge problems in his own marriage keeps people excited, and although the power couple tried to hush the swirling rumors, another figure took the scene. Bodyguard, who has the truth in his possession to make sure that Marjorie is kicked out of the family house, and the iconic TV host may be on his way to marriage number 4, because people at my church, you can't get another divorce. Oh yeah, I can. So you guys are probably shocked by the allegations about Marjorie having fun with the family bodyguard and personal chef while Steve is away making money. And although the couple debunked all rumors about their potential divorce, it seems like this story is far from being over now. It's been speculated that the bodyguard is blackmailing Marjorie as he possesses the intimate photos together on his phone, and if she doesn't pay him a hefty thumb his plan to leak everything online. I entered with a sort of, is he serious? He had warnings. Indeed, concepts the bodyguard an issue, William Big Boom Freeman. However, despite his reputation for sleeping with his customers' wives, he is said to have had a questionable record before working for Harvey. When I arrived at the house, the man was frying chicken. It was obvious that Marjorie wasn't prepared for this crazy turn of events when she was enjoying her extramarital shenanigans, and she obviously didn't want him to lose his career and reputation, since Harvey's thick wallet is the only thing that pays for her lavish vacation. William, it seems, was in quite a shady business and preyed on women to gain a sense of power and self. The man is now on the hunt for a large pile of cash, as he threatens not only to end Steve and Marjorie's marriage by leaking those pics he ended the program when she came clean with her girlfriend and I could no longer breathe. However, he and Marjorie didn't become genuine until 2005, and it seemed like the proper time to do so. There were days when I didn't want to wake up and pray to God not to wake me up. But in the midst of all of Mary's problems, Steve found himself a free man again. In 2005, the comedian revealed that his bodyguard had helped him to get a reunion with Marjorie. Yes, folks, that bodyguard is still the one who was allegedly sleeping with Marjorie and is now threatening to leak the proof. Steve's second marriage to Mary Shackelford had just ended. If you don't recall, the divorce was particularly nasty, with Mary suing Harvey for $60 million and accusing the TV host of breach of contract and endangering their son. In the event that the couple fails to pay him, and there's a good probability they had agreed to that in order to save their reputation, he was no longer an option. However, sometimes you have to make mistakes in order to make the right ones, and once you do, you learn from them. Steve Harvey is currently the target of online jokes because of his connection with guru status has been tarnished a lot by the swirly information, and it looks like Steve had made a huge mistake when he had chosen Marjorie to be the woman of his dreams. As one user wrote, Steve, let me give you some relationship advice. If a woman sleeps with a man and his cousins, stay away from her, because she will cheat on you with anyone. You can add this to your book. Another user added, most of these relationships therapists and marriage counselors' family life is in a mess. They do not practice what they preach. Well, Steve had trusted all the wrong people, and it's safe to say that he's the victim in the story. There is even speculation that Marjorie and the bodyguard had planned the entire thing all along many years ago, and these threats and blackmailing are actually aimed at Steve and not at her, because once you know what you want, and if he wants you, then he knows what it's going to take for you. Here's one thing that makes a lot of people think that Marjorie may be conspiring with the bodyguard. As I mentioned earlier, the bodyguard in question was the one who helped Steve and Marjorie reconnect after decades since their first meeting, as the Family Feud host recalled, when my bodyguard boomerang handed Me, his phone that day in 2005. I had no idea who was on the other side of it, but I recognized your voice right away, and it was the best day of my life ever since that moment a few years later. Steve Prop. Owes to Marjorie, the woman of his dreams, and even after learning about her interesting and daring history, he was determined to keep her by his side. Welcome to the woman of my dreams, my wife Marjorie. Steve even went so far as to adopt all of Marjorie's children and give them his last name as a sign of his unending love and devotion to her. However, little did he know that by embracing this woman, he also welcomed a great deal of controversy and drama into his life. To begin with, before marrying Steve, Marjorie was anything but a socialite and a fashion icon. She dealt in illegal substances and, with her beloved ex-husband Jim Townsend, tried to make the best of the lemons life had handed him. Since Jim Townsend's tell-all memoir could harm the perfect reputation of the power couple, Steve Harvey used his connections to prevent the book from being published or promoted. This caused a lot of headaches for both of them, even though Jim was initially adamant about spilling the beans and saying that he had written 2/3 of the book while incarcerated. This revealed that half of the book had already been written while he was in prison, and it was going to reveal more details on Marjorie's role in dealing and how she escaped being in prison. As I can surprise people, when Jim talked later about his book, he just said that Marjorie had betrayed him, but he also said that he would keep some information secret because of his kids. It seems like this man received a large payment from Steve and Marjorie in exchange for his silence. And Steve wasn't even hiding the fact that I believe what happened to Margie and me was that we met at a time when we had both failed miserably at this. Steve Harvey still stands by her side, and apparently he is even thinking of negotiating with the bodyguard who threatens to leak the photos with Marjorie's private part, but Steve is no stranger to dealing with controversy in his life. And since in the past he already paid the authorities to silence his second ex-wife and even sent her to jail for a month, it looks like he may find a couple of millions to destroy the evidence of Marjorie's extramarital affairs with the bodyguard. And that's what I all a very soft thread that ultimatum. Well, we can only wait and see how Steve and Marjorie are going to respond to the bodyguard's threats to leak the photos. But something tells me the Harvey clan has enough cash to sweep all their dirty secrets under the rug. Many people say that Steve's karma finally caught up with him for cheating on his previous wife, and the current scandal may teach him something. As one user wrote, you can't learn from cheating until you're cheated on yourself. Ooblik lessons like this are the most embarrassing. She's that real teacher. And another user added, we all know how things go in the industry. Let's just hope nothing mysteriously happens to the bodyguard before the book release. Well, let's hope that we will find out more details soon enough, and Steve and Marjorie's lives will be exposed. And what do you think about this, guys? Is this the end of Steve and Marjorie as we know it, or will they pay the bodyguard to get that photos destroyed?